All right, here we are. It's September 8th, and I decided yesterday it was time to close the swimming pool for the year because our giant oak tree friend up there is already starting to shed too many leaves for me to keep up with. And I realized yesterday that I have really no recollection of how I even did this last year. So figured it was a good idea to just go through it, post it on YouTube, and never forget again. So here we go. So in terms of chemicals, I really just did three things. Evening before yesterday, I did a full shock of the pool, and I got the chlorine level up to really high. I don't even know what it was reading, but it was the highest measurement level on the scale. And then I got 2 containers of the phosphorus, phosphorus, and I got 2 containers of algicide. I dumped those in yesterday, and I ran the pool all day yesterday as I was draining the water. Eventually, I got it below the 2 returns here. So you can see about how much space I've got between my return and the water line there. And then the only tools really that I think I'm gonna need are, I got my air compressor out. That's over here. I'm gonna use that to blow the lines out. And my compressor, I put on this attachment here because this fits into the actual drain port on, where is it? On my pump. I gotta find that later. There it is, right there. I believe that's where I blew the lines last year. We'll see if that works again. All right. Step 2 is just, I'm gonna take the pool pump apart, take the filters out, and drain the water. So. You guys ever think you have dirty filters? These are probably going on 3 weeks. Okay, I got the pump, or the filter emptied. I'm gonna loosen up and remove that drain and that. All right, got those 2 little ports opened. They're still actually leaking water out. Pulled my basket out, which is of course also filled with leaves. I'm gonna empty that out. I'm gonna put the little port pieces down in there so I don't lose them. Because boy, oh boy, is that something I would do. All right, so here's what I ended up doing. Actually, for right now, I put the lid back on the pump, on the filter, so I wasn't gonna get any pressure leaks there. And I actually took the that gasket from down there, the plug rather, and I put it inside here on this side to sort of push, make sure all the air pressure was going in through this the return line here, which goes out to the skimmers. And then I plugged my air compressor into that port on the pump. So what I'm doing is I'm filling up this tank to about 150 psi. Then when I put the pressure back through the line, I'll put it in, really zoomed in there. Boom. Let's try this again. This time, I actually put a stopper in there instead of the gizmo to really force everything to come out of this one. And I actually kind of like using this because it sort of funnels the water instead of just filling up the basket. It kind of like funnels the water up and out of this pipe. So I'm going to do that again. All right, let's see what happens. I just really let it go. Geyser City, baby. So I did that with the compressor a couple times. It went pretty well. I felt like at the end I wasn't getting quite enough volume to just finish the clearing. So I actually got my leaf blower and I put the round tip on it. It fits perfectly into that little hole right there. And I did it on both sides, and I just put the leaf blower in there full volume. That actually does really well. Also, I put a gallon of antifreeze in, so I split it between this hole and that hole. Did 1 gallon for the two of them. I think that should be okay. Okay, got the skimmer returns cleared. And so now I got the main line, so I went ahead and I plugged back up those ports there. I left that, if you remember, I left that little plug in there for right now. I don't know why. And then I found on the heater another port that actually fits my adapter on my pump perfectly. So I closed off the line that returns to the filter. I opened up the heater line that runs out, and I closed the main bypass line. So it should force, I think, all the air through the heater. I want to be a little more careful about the pressure here because I'm assuming the heater is a little more delicate. But let's see what happens when I do this. We'll just go 50. Oh yeah. Oh my. That thing is gushing. So what I did was I used my air compressor in the heater with that single heater valve open and everything else closed. And I filled up the tank, I released the PSI, and I did that port open first, and then I did that port open second. Then I plugged both of those. I opened up the slide valve behind the chairs. I did one through the slide valve. Then I put the leaf blower over the return tube right there in the pump. I opened up that nozzle and I blew down through there to get a lot of volume. I blew that one out. Then I unscrewed that one to open them both. I put the screw in this one to blow that one out. And when I did that, that was pretty much it. And then here is the leaf blower blowing out the final two ports over there. All right, 2 gallons of antifreeze in the filter. Just gonna unplug the pump. Should be done. I also figured out there's a hole in the pipe inside the pump. It's just spitting water out of there, but I think because it's a closed system, probably not losing any pressure, but still something I gotta fix. Anyways, time to get the rest of these leaves swept up and get the cover on. Okay, just like that, she's done. Feels good. Just in time for the first Steeler game of the year. Woo-hoo!